All right. Well, hey, everybody. Hey. Hey, okay. Well, I see many of our classes must be celebrating St. Patrick's Day today, since some of them are missing in action. But that's okay. Who's here is supposed to be here, right? All right. So some of my helpers aren't here today, so we'll get you signed in before you leave. Can you hand me that? Hand me the handouts. You hand them out? Okay. Okay, so you know our class session ends June 30th, so we are close to our midterm season, right? Get close to midterm. So today is a little bit of a pop quiz, okay? It's a pop quiz. We want to make sure you're retaining the information, because that's what is key, to retain the information. You don't just come just to get a free snack, right? Right? You come get some information that you can use and take home, yes? Okay. It shouldn't be difficult. It shouldn't be stressful. I'll guide you all through it, okay? And if you need a pen, I have some up here. Just let me know and pass those out. But you will need something to write with. If you don't have anything to write with, and it doesn't matter if you only attended one class or been here all 3 years, okay? Does not matter. It's just true. It's true. Yes. Because that's what matters. What actually is on the plate that goes down the gullet, right? That's what matters. So, see, everyone has something to write with, and everyone has a handout? Okay. Okay, so the first thing you're going to do for this quiz, okay, I wanted you to draw proportions of a healthy plate that we've talked about. So for your macronutrients, so for your proteins and carbs and starches, should it be 10% of your plate? Whatever you need to do. But try to do it for yourself. You know, what part of your plate should be what? That we've talked about many, many, many times. That's, I guess, question number 1. Okay? Just do your best, because even if it's not based on what we talked about in class, you can always make adjustments. Okay? So maybe half your plate is something, or maybe 25% of your plate is something. What should those proportions be ideally? And this is for the maintenance section. Hey, Heather. This is for the maintenance section. This is not for gaining weight or losing weight. This is just for maintenance. Assuming you're already eating a healthy plant-forward diet. Just in time for the pop quiz, Heather. Hey, how you doing? Just do your best. It's all good. Okay. Everyone have their proportions done? Yes. Yes? Okay. Now, let's assume you said half your plate was something. What should that something be? And if so, name 5 types of things that could go on that side of the plate. For each section of the plate that you did. Name 5 foods that can go in that section. Yes, ma'am.
So half should be microwave. Oh, we're not supposed to.
Not yet. It's still a quiz. Yeah, so if you said 25% of your plate should be something, what are 5 types of foods that fall under that?
Okay.
Yes.
Okay, raw.
No answers yet.
No raw. So
It can be raw. Yeah, it can be raw. Whatever foods you think fit in that particular category. Yep. Because it's one thing for me to say it every single week. It's nothing for you to write it down and think about it, so that when you go home, you can do this on your own plate. Hey, baby. How you doing, sweetheart? Y'all act like this is advanced calculus. My goodness. It shouldn't feel like that. We're going to recap it. This is why this is a preliminary to the midterm that's approaching. Because we don't want to get to June 30th and y'all walk out of here and say, oh, I love the class, and someone asks you a basic question. That's not a good reflection of my teaching. I mean, you haven't learned anything, so you're not helping yourself, which is the whole point. Hey, Kim. Just in time. There's a seat right here. You can sit right there, yeah. You have something to write? Oh, yeah, you can sit there too. There's a handout right here you can grab.
Okay.
5 things in each bucket. Y'all getting close to finishing that? I'm seeing those wheels turning. Okay. We need a little bit more time. But Kim, just so you know, you're going to put the proportions on your plate that we've talked about many times. Okay. And then once you split your plate off into like sections, like maybe a 50% or a 25% or however you do it, put 5 foods that you would put on your plate that fits in that category. Okay? Okay. Then you're good. All right, we'll give you like 60 more seconds because it shouldn't really take that long, okay? I'm like, woo. Y'all making me nervous.
And we're having a discussion about it.
Oh.
You know?
This is becoming a collaborative event instead of an individual exam? Okay. Okay, if that's what y'all feel you need to do.
I got a D.
You got a D?
I got a D+.
Look, you've been hanging with me for a while, Sherry. Okay, that's good. So we're going to do this. Okay. Has everyone kind of done something? Okay. All right. So here's our recap. So now that means I got your attention. Your full attention, right? I'm not just blabbing and it's like, yeah, where's the food? Okay. All right. So ideal proportions for your plate. Half your plate should be what? Also called what? Half your plate should be what? Non-starchy vegetables. Non-starchy vegetables. Yes, I say that every single week. Okay, so if 50% of your plate, and this is for maintenance, this is not for weight gain or weight loss, this is just for maintenance, assuming you're eating a plant-forward diet. And a plant-forward diet, which does not mean vegan, right? It means a bare minimum of your plate is what percentage of plants? 75%, because that means the 50% for the non-starchy veg, the 25% for the whole grain, and the 25% for protein. You can have your choice between plant or animal, and preferably you'll do plant. But if you're eating at least 75% plants, you are considered plant-based, okay, or plant-forward. All right, so if someone says they're plant-based, does not mean they're vegan, okay? So plant-based can be anything from 75 to 100% of plant consumption. So if half your plate is non-starchy veg, then you have 25% as a whole grain, right? Then you have 25% as a protein source, preferably plant. Okay? So that is the ideal plate proportions for general maintenance if you're eating a plant-forward diet. And then we say if you go back to get seconds, you get it in the same proportions. Don't go back and just get a whole thing of macaroni and cheese, okay? Add the vegetables to it. Add that so you won't eat as much of it, okay? It's not that you can't have it, but do it in the right proportions, all right? So clearly, if y'all couldn't remember this, you're not doing this at home. Is that fair to say? Huh? Are you doing this at home where it counts?
Yes, I feel like I am.
You feel like you are? Okay.
I just don't remember.
Okay. Okay. We'll take it. Okay. So now we kind of have reestablished this. So now on the non-starchy veg side, the 50% side, right, you all had to list 5 foods that qualify as non-starchy veg. Name some non-starchy vegetables. Kale is one, yes. Collards or another one. Huh? Spinach, yes. Broccoli, yes. Cabbage, yes. Collard greens, yes. Anything else y'all put down? Brussels sprouts, yes. Anything else? Anything else y'all write down on the non-starchy veg side?
What's
Peppers are non-starchy veg. Non-starchy veg.
yeah.
What other vegetables fall under non-starchy veg? Would beans be a non-starchy vegetable?
No.
What would beans fall under?
Protein.
Protein or a starchy veg, yes, because it has dual
Are
purpose.
onions starchy?
They are non-starchy.
Yeah, because I eat beets.
Beets are starchy. You get all of our sugar from that. Sweet potatoes are starchy. Sweet potatoes are a starchy vegetable, or any kind of potato is a starchy vegetable. Yes.
Carrots.
Carrots are starchy vegetables.
They are?
Yep.
Okay.
And what about peas? Peas are what? Huh?
Starchy?
Peas out of the pod are starchy. Peas in the pod are non-starch. Okay? All right, so when you buy a bag of frozen peas and you pour them, that's a starchy vegetable. If they're still in the pod and you eat them like that, like snap peas, that is a non-starchy veg. Okay? Any other non-starchy vegetables that you all wrote down in your papers? Mustard greens, yes. Green beans, yes. In their pod, yes. Uh-huh. Anything else? So that means half your plate should be those types of foods. Okay? Now, on that non-starchy veg side, on the plate I gave you all a couple weeks ago, you also have the option to add fruit. Okay? Fresh fruit, not dry fruit, fresh fruit. So if you want to take like 15% of that and do like a clementine with it, or something that's fresh and it's a fruit, particularly a watery fruit, then you can do that too on the non-starchy veg side of your plate. Okay? That also counts as that 50% of non-starchy veg on your plate. Okay, so we kind of got through that. So 25% whole grains. Give me some whole grains that would go on that portion of your plate. What kind of, yes, she said rice. Yeah, so technically white rice can go there too, but why don't we want to do white rice per se? Hey, Rock. It can spike your blood sugar because all of the fiber and nutrients have been removed, because the only thing that's left is the endosperm, which is where all the sugars lie. All the bran and nutrients are in what's been removed, okay? So if you're trying to keep your blood sugar levels even, doesn't mean as an indulgence you can't have white rice or something like that, but in terms of whole grains, white rice is not a whole grain, okay? Because it's been modified and it's been added, the synthetic vitamins that were there have been added back in a synthetic form. So you want to eat whole grains. It has all the natural B vitamins and magnesium and stuff that it has. Okay, so rices, yes. What else would go in that 25% for whole grains? You can put starches there, so sweet potatoes can go there. Brown rice pasta can go there, yes. Pasta period can go there in your whole grain section. This is where if you had macaroni and cheese on the plate, you could put that there. Yeah. Minus the dairy cheese, of course. We're never talking about dairy in this class ever, okay? What else? What are other whole grains? All I heard was rice and pasta. Lentils will fall more on the protein side, but they can, depending on what else is on your plate, you can also put that on the starch side. Oats, yes. Mushrooms are non-starchy, so they go on the non-starchy side. Huh? Bread, yes. And she specifically said sourdough, so sourdough does not spike your blood sugar like that from the fermentation process, even though they do have whole wheat sourdough and other whole grain sourdoughs. If you use the white flour version sourdough, it doesn't have the horrible effect on your body as the white bread we did in class does. So that is a small loophole, but don't abuse it, okay? What other whole grains, guys, whole grains? Quinoa is a protein and a carb, so it can go in either one. But there's actual grains that you don't have to worry about splitting the fence with.
What about millet?
Millet will be an excellent choice, Leslie. I'm glad you said that. Millet, about amaranth, sorghum, barley, okay? All the actual ancient grains.
All of the things I don't eat.
All the things that you should be eating, but you probably only eat rice and pasta.
Right.
That's why you can't think of them? Yeah? Is that what it is?
Yeah.
Okay.
Just don't know that.
Yeah, and the people who are not vegan think y'all eat. You think you eat such a variety of foods, and you don't. It's just different flavors of the same thing. Okay. You need to check out the whole grain aisle in your grocery store and explore what's actually there. You don't even have to go to the specialty stores. It's there in your grocery store. You just don't even look at it. You're looking for your white rice. You're looking for maybe your wild rice now, right? You're looking for your brown rice and you're looking for your pastas, but you're not looking for actual whole grains. There's so many whole grains and they're delicious.
So, quinoa is
You have to read the label because they have a lot of sugar.
No. Whole grain, if it's whole grain bread, it's going to say it's a bread. And again, bread is a bread still. I'm talking about actual whole grains. Because now in a bread form, it's been put into a flour. When you put something into a flour, that's when it becomes addictive. That's why people can eat a whole lot of bread because it's concentrated now, right? If you're eating it as a whole grain form, then it's not. You're not going to eat nearly as much as you would in a bread form because it's been milled down to a flour and then cooked. So it's already been denatured and all that kind of stuff. Not saying you can't have it. I'm just saying we're talking about whole grains in their whole form. So like if you're going to cook some millet, then you can cook millet, and that's your whole grain, right? And that's a good replacement for pasta and rice too. Okay, y'all. So we're gonna have to revisit this because we're not even in the C territory. Okay, I thought y'all might get like a B minus, but whew. Okay. So that last section, the protein section, the 25% protein section. Let's just for the sake of the class, okay, let's just talk about plant sources, okay? Because I know y'all can tell me all the dead animals that you can put in that 25% section, right? And I really don't want to hear about dead animals. I want living things, okay? So let's talk about the living things, okay? If you don't mind, okay? If you don't mind, then let's try that. Okay, so what are some plant sources that go in that 25% of your plate? Beans, avocados wouldn't go there not as a protein source. It has protein, but it's more a fat source, a healthy fat source. Yes, chickpeas could go there. Yes, which could still fall the legume category. Hey, how y'all doing? Lentils, all the soy products could go there. Yes. What else? Some other things y'all already said. Nuts are protein, but also a fat source, so it can straddle the fence depending on what the meal is. So if it's a meal, I don't see somebody having a meal of 25% nuts on the plate. So, oh, you do? Or maybe I'm not aware of those dishes, Leslie. Huh? But technically, yes.
I eat a lot of nuts, that's why.
Okay.
I'll have nuts instead of meat.
Yeah.
Okay. All right, that's okay. All right, what other protein sources? Now, I know I gave you all a handout of plant sources of protein. I know I've done that 3 times now since January. And y'all haven't mentioned hardly any of them that are on there. I'm printing these things out. Y'all throw them in the trash or what? Huh? Okay. You're saving them for something real good, huh? Okay. Well, let's try to kind of remember what was on some of those handouts you haven't named. I named 7 whole plant proteins that are quote unquote complete sources of protein, because we talked about that, because they try to seduce you on the other side of saying, oh, if you go vegan, you don't get all your protein and all that nonsense, which is not true. And you do not have to be a scientist to know what to combine to get all of your essential amino acids. Hey, how y'all doing? Come on in. Good. Yeah, they're still open. Come on. So what were some of those things on the worksheet that were whole sources of protein? Tempeh, yeah, which is the soy products of soy, so that's edamame.
Oh, jackfruit.
Huh?
Jackfruit?
Jackfruit's a fruit, is not a.
Oh, it is.
Yep.
But you can make it like meat.
You can make it like a meat, but it would not be the protein source on your plate. Which I understand how that can be confusing because it looks like meat, but that's not the protein source, even though it contains a little bit of protein. Yeah.
Okay.
So we're talking about actual full protein. All right, let me start to jog y'all's memory because y'all fade on me already. Okay, hemp seeds. We talk about that. Oh, okay. Okay. And hemp seeds, not only they're complete protein, meaning they have all the 9 essential amino acids. There's my girl. Now 9 essential amino acids. When we say essential amino acids, what does that word essential mean? Essential? When you hear anything referring to the human body and it says in front of it the word essential specifically, that means what? Wow, y'all really forgot. That means your body does not produce it or does not produce it in sufficient quantity that you have to get it from food or supplementation. So there are 9 amino acids, which are, because when they say protein, protein are a bunch of amino acids, which is the building structure of life, which only comes from the sun through the process of photosynthesis, is why you can only get actual protein from plants. If you eat dead animals, that is a middle source of protein, okay? It's not where protein is created from. So it's all the amino acids. So our bodies make all the rest of the amino acids except for 9. Those 9 you have to consume through foods or supplementation. So anytime you see the word essential, that means the human body does not make it or does not make it in sufficient quantity, okay? So that's why I would say a complete protein, that means it has all the amino acids, including those 9 essential ones that our bodies do not make, okay? So hemp seeds are one of those. All right, so there's 6 others I gave you on the sheet. What else can, so hemp seeds should, hey, Sean, good to see you. Hey, what else? All right, I'll tell you the next answer, chia seeds. Right, that's a complete protein. So now with chia seeds and hemp seeds, they're also an incredible source of omega-3 fatty acids, which really lowers inflammation. Hey, welcome guys. Okay. Flaxseed is great as well.
But you have to grind up those seeds, right? You can't leave them whole.
You can leave them, all those seeds whole except for flax seeds. You have to ground the flax seeds, otherwise they will pass straight through your system, okay? And you won't absorb those nutrients.
Because I got some peanut butter that had flaxseed in it
Yeah.
and chia seeds in it. And I didn't feel any of them were ground.
Chia seeds don't need to be ground. The flax do. The flax do. Sometimes they just leave them whole because of the way it looks. It looks nice.
It was supposed to be crunchy peanut butter, so that was the crunch. And I questioned it.
I'm questioning that too, but I will have to see. I'm not going to slander anything. I'm not familiar with that particular brand, or you have to show me when I go to your house. Okay, so we talked about chia seeds. We talked about hemp seeds, so that's complete proteins. Then we talked about spirulina, which is a blue-green algae that has not only all of your protein needs, it also has lots of vitamin D and iron and magnesium, and as they want to call it today, a superfood. Sea moss is a combination of things. So sea moss is a weed in the sea that has lots of minerals in it, but in terms of talking about specifically protein, it's very, very low in protein, right? It's not a protein source. Coralina? You talking about chlorella?
Yeah.
Chlorella is one of the amino acids is not technically in range for it to be considered fully complete protein, even though it's great for you. And I personally consume that on a regular basis. Remember the other one was what? Buckwheat. Buckwheat is a complete protein. Okay, and also a whole grain, and you should be consuming it. Okay. So those are some things that can be in your 25% portion, other than your chicken, right, and your rabbit, and your cow, and your antelope, and all these other, raccoon, whatever animals y'all want to consume. Okay. Okay. And your gator and all those other things that you want to put in that 25%. You can put some really healthy things in that 25%, okay? Okay, so let's recap, because this wasn't the best. This wasn't the best. That's a reflection on me. That means I have to do better. Okay, so your plate with the 50% of what vegetable? Non-starchy veg, right? And that 50% is if you're maintaining weight. This is assuming you're already eating a plant-forward diet, and a plant-forward diet is what percent of plants? 75% or more, right? Is plant-forward diet, yes. So if you're already doing that. So if you want to lose weight, say you have significant, not if you're trying to lose 5 or 10 pounds or the extra little muffin top, like I want to get, not that. If you have some significant weight to lose, initially, what should your plate proportions be? Instead of that 50% veg, it will be what percentage of your plate? 75. It will be 2/3. 2/3 of your plate will be non-starchy veg. And then you would split the remaining third in half between your protein and your whole grains. And so what if you're trying to gain weight? It really is an issue for some people. It really is an issue for some people. So instead of 50% non-veg, what would that be? 1/3 non-veg. And the remaining 2/3 will be split in half. Okay? So that's how you know where you are. So if you want to maintain weight, it's at 50%. If you need to lose significant, I'm talking about 50 pounds or more. If you want to lose weight, it's 2/3 non-starchy veg, and then you split the remaining third in half. And then if you're trying to gain weight, it's 1/3 non-starchy veg, and you split the remaining 2/3 in half. Okay? These are just general guidelines. If you're not knowing what to do, you can talk to a person like me or some other folks, and they can specialize a plan for you. But these are just general guidelines. And the main thing is, if you start off your first plate like that, when you go to replenish, if you're still hungry, replenish in the same proportions. That's where people tend to go wrong. Okay, you can't wait to get back to that next piece of chicken. Just pump your brakes. And also pump your brakes too. You should wait 20 minutes because you're probably not hungry, you're probably just thirsty. And it takes 20 to 30 minutes from the head to the stomach connection. It takes 20 minutes. So if you're just gobbling it down and you say, oh, I'm still hungry, can you just wait just a little bit? And I promise you, you probably won't be hungry, okay? These are the little tips. Brush your teeth after you finish eating because then you're less likely to eat and snack. Make sure you don't eat and drink at the same time because it's going to make you feel bloated and all that kind of stuff, and then you're going to start snacking. So these are just little tips, okay? So with this little recap, what questions do you have? Clearly, you should have some questions for me. Clearly, you should have some questions. Yes. Now, we've done several recipes with that. The main recipe I like to do with chia seeds is chia seed pudding for breakfast, personally. And then, in baking, I use chia seed eggs. The egg replacer is chia seed. But in terms of a significant source of chia seeds, I love to make puddings or like chia seed puddings from them. And then you can take it for breakfast, and it's very filling. It's lots of soluble fiber, huh?
You soak them or something?
Okay, well, I can do that next week for our sweets, our sweet dessert.
The only reason I'm asking you is because when you just sprinkle chia seeds on top of dirt, they go.
Yes, yes, you're right. So chia seeds hold 30% of their weight in liquid. They expand. I don't know if you the chia thing, they just grow. That's what they do. And it's full of soluble fiber, so it becomes gel-like. That's why it looks like an egg mixture when you make a chia egg. And it does that. What does soluble fiber do in our gut? What is that doing? Huh? No, the chia seeds expand in water, yes, and it creates that gelatinous texture. So when the gelatinous texture that happens when you get soluble fiber, like when you heat oatmeal, something like that, what is that doing inside our tummies? What does that do? Huh?
It makes you feel more filled. It creates a feeling of fullness.
It does create a feeling of fullness. It does do that. You're absolutely right. But in terms of health, what does it do? So if we eat insoluble fiber, like if we eat a salad, a raw salad, that's that roughage that bulks the stool, okay? So when you eat soluble fiber, what is that doing? It's eliminating excess what? It grabs excess cholesterol, excess hormones. So if you have excess estrogen, like lots of men and women have today, it gets rid of that because you cannot sweat or pee out excess hormones. You have to poop it out, okay? Because each system does something different, so it has to eliminate in a certain way. So if you're not eating enough soluble fiber or fiber, period, when you have an excess amount of estrogen, especially if you have tons of fibroids, that's estrogen dominance. A lot of these things are estrogen dominant. If you have a lot of thighs or hips, it's estrogen dominance. If you're not able to eliminate properly, you're not eliminating like you're supposed to, like we've talked about every time, you should eliminate how many times per day? If you have 3 major meals a day, you should eliminate how many times? 3 times. Okay? If you have 2 major meals a day, you should eliminate how many times? 2 times. If that's not happening, stuff is putrefying in your stomach, and that's why when you eliminate, it smells horrible. Okay, that means when someone comes right in behind you, they know what you just did, and they should know. You should be able to wipe once, and your tissue be clean. If that's not happening, things are still caked up in there, okay, and you're not eating enough fiber, and you're probably not hydrated enough. But we talk about this every time, how your stool should be well formed. It should look like a chocolate bar in terms of color. If it's tan, you're not absorbing fats and your nutrients properly. If it's a lot of things about poop which you can talk about. I can talk about poop all day because it's the cornerstone of everything. Okay, but yes, You should be able to pee and poop and walk out. You should not have time to sit down and read a magazine. You should not have poopery spray in your bathroom. Okay, if you have to do all that, something is, it's telling you. You can smell it. Okay, your body is talking to you. Don't ignore that as normal because it's not. It has been normalized. All right, that's a whole other tangent that I'm very passionate about to get off on. Hey, welcome back, y'all. Okay. Yeah. Okay, I just got way off. Any other questions or comments? We still have like 5 more minutes in our lecture portion before we get to food.
What helps create the 3 enzymes?
Which enzymes are you referring to?
Digestive enzymes.
Digestive enzymes. Okay. Her question is what creates digestive enzymes? What helps them? Well, the first thing is certain habits that we've talked about several times. The first thing is what you do. Whatever goes into your mouth, don't be so in a rush to swallow. Fully masticate, okay? That means you need to thoroughly chew your food. Your food should be a liquid before you swallow. It is not to be hunks of food that you like about to choke trying to swallow like people do. Like the food is already on your plate. It's not going anywhere, okay? Like calm down. That's the first thing. That's the first thing you can do. Second thing you do is do not drink and eat together. They are 2 separate things. You need to drink 20 or 30 minutes apart from eating because when you do that, especially as we age, naturally as we age, our stomach, our hydrochloric acid in our stomach that helps to break down food goes down. Okay, it just decreases over time. But you're still eating more and more meat and cheese as you get older, not less. Okay, so now you're not chewing your food thoroughly. You're drinking water or Coke and milkshakes and stuff while you're eating. Okay, when it gets there, you've diluted your digestive enzymes that you diluted it. They need to be separate. They have to be separate. Okay, so thoroughly chew your food. Do not drink and eat at the same time. That will help out. That's like more than 50% of the problem right there. Just doing that. Okay, and making sure you're eating a balanced food. Are you eating things bitter on a regular basis? If you eat bitters stimulate the digestive enzymes. Your pancreas and everything will start to fire off those digestive enzymes. If you eat something bitter, if you have bitter receptors in the back of your jaw, at the back behind your molars, you should be eating something bitter every day. Or spray some digestive bitters or drink some digestive bitters every day, and that will also help with your digestive enzymes. There's way more to it than that. I can do a whole class on that too. But those are just huge, small things you can do and should be doing.
Would
Yeah.
lemon be considered a help with the bitters?
Lemon is not considered a bitter. Lemon peel inside of a digestive bitter is. Yeah. Bitters. So digestive, yeah, you can buy them. They actually sell some here. I make them too. Like you can make them yourself. They're not difficult to do. And they have it from a mild all the way to a more of intense thing. Like if you do like black seed oil bitters or soursop bitters, or you can do the milder ones like a peppermint bitter. It's about spraying your tongue, and then when you'll feel it, you'll start to salivate immediately. Then that communication happens here, and you start to fire off digestive enzymes. Yep. There are lots of bitters. Anything bitter, because people eat too much sweet, and they don't counterbalance it with bitter. Okay, you have to have that balance in life, or you're going to keep wanting more and more sugar, more and more sweet.
Where does pepper fit in? Because it's not a bitter, but it helps fire those enzymes, does it not?
The question is, where do peppers fall in terms of digestive enzymes? And peppers are a catalyst. Peppers are drivers. So it helps to drive nutrients into the cell more efficiently. That's why almost all my formulations always have some type of spice element to be the catalyst for that. That's how they fit into that. Any other question? Hey. Y'all got quiet on me. Okay, that means I gotta wake y'all up with some food. Okay, let's switch over. And you know what? Since y'all didn't do so well on this pop quiz, we're gonna start with dessert. Okay. And it's not really dessert because I know my favorite person here says I have to have something sweet at every class. It's a requirement that I committed to. So we're going to start with, but you've had this one before, just so you know. You've had this one before. It's an oldie but a goodie. So this is called berry pudding. This is something you can eat for breakfast in the morning or as a snack or as a dessert. And it's extremely healthy and it's only 3 ingredients, okay? You can. You really can. You can turn that into a chia seed pudding easily. Okay, So the three ingredients, grapes, and grapes are your sweetener. So if your grapes are sour, then your pudding will be sour. If your grapes are sweet, then your pudding will be sweet. Yes, the berry, you pick whatever berry you like. I'm personally allergic to strawberry, that's why I never do in this class. So I typically do raspberry or blueberry, but today for class I tried something different and I did cherries. Now, are cherries a berry?
No.
What kind of fruit is a cherry? I use sweet cherries, not tart cherries. But cherries, if it's not a berry, right, what kind of fruit is a cherry? Y'all look at me with 5 heads. Okay. Cherries are a stone fruit. Okay. Like a peach or a nectarine. Okay. It's a stone fruit. Because every time I make this berry pudding, I always get asked, can you use other fruit? Yes. Have I ever tried it? No. Because it's called berry pudding. Okay. So I haven't tried pineapple pudding. Doesn't mean it wouldn't work. I just don't know how it would work. I can't say, I don't think it wouldn't work. I just haven't personally tried, so I can't vouch for it. Okay. All right, but today I said, let me try something different. I put in stone fruit, I used cherries, and I already have those samples made, so I'm gonna pass them around to wake y'all back up. So you're feeling bad about not passing your pop quiz today. So I'm gonna demonstrate this in front of you so y'all can see how simple it is. And so we have our berry clearly, we have our berry. The one I pre-made for you all is cherry. The one I'm gonna do in front of you all today is blueberry, because you can use whatever fruit you like. Hey, welcome back. Hey. Now what makes it, if I say grapes and I say berries, what's going to make it the pudding texture? And that's the third ingredient, that's avocado. Okay, so many people tell me, oh, I don't like avocado. Oh, you probably do, you just haven't had it in different ways. Okay, avocado makes it the creamy pudding texture. So that's how a really good way that you can get your healthy filling fats and your protein and your fiber. You're getting lots of soluble fiber with that, and all your micronutrients. So you have the sweetness from the grapes, which is a cleansing fruit, especially if you eat this in the morning. You have your healthy fats, so it helps keep you full and satiated. It helps with your skin to glow, okay? And then you have the flavoring agent, which are the berries. So whatever berry flavor you like. I just personally love raspberries, but some people want it more sweet, okay? So that's why I chose cherries today, or you can do blueberries. Now, again, if you pick some grapes that are not sweet, your pudding will only be as sweet as your grapes, okay? Just so you know. So if you don't have really sweet grapes, if you want to throw in a couple of dates or a little bit of maple syrup, then do that. A little bit. Okay, just a little bit. Huh? No, I said or. Or whatever you need to do. If it needs to be sweeter enough for you because you're used to eating Snickers and stuff all day long and Krispy Kreme donuts, then do that, because these are still natural sugars, and then you'll be able to wean yourself down from having that extremely sweet artificial taste all the time, and you'll actually be able to taste. Most people don't know what actual fruit tastes like. You're used to artificially flavored. Like you go to Chick-fil-A and you get the peach shake, you think peaches taste nothing like that. It tastes nothing like that. And so when you taste a real peach, you say you don't like it, okay? Because you're used to chemicals, okay? So we're trying to refine the palate. All right.
Would you say again the natural sugar? So it's dates and
The question is about natural sugars. What are some natural sugars? Dates are natural sweeteners, and that's the king of natural sugars are dates, because it's full of fiber, all your micronutrients. It does not spike your blood sugar. So it's available all year round. So that's one. Dried fruits are natural sweeteners, like figs, dried figs, or those are natural sweeteners. Coconut sugar, coconut anything that's dried is a natural sugar. Those are really the only two I personally use.
you used to use agave, but not anymore?
I still use agave. And the controversy with agave, it is very low in glucose. So when they're measuring that's why they say it's diabetic friendly, because when you're measuring glucose in the blood, it does not raise glucose because it's hardly any glucose in it. It's very high in fructose, which is in fruit, okay? So, but way higher in fructose than fruit. So it's still a natural sugar, but that's why it doesn't spike your blood sugar, because it's not measuring fructose in the blood, it's measuring glucose, and it doesn't have glucose. So that's why some people would use agave. Or you can use maple syrup, and we've talked about this, but the new folks here haven't heard me talk about this. You want grade C maple syrup. This is when you don't want an A, okay? And basically in the United States, most of the places in the United States sell grade A maple syrup. Why? It's cheaper to mass produce. They use gases like formaldehyde to extract the maple syrup out the trees, and it's a horrible process. And it's been refined to death, and a lot of the mineral stuff are gone. There's a actual maple farm here in Charlotte that sells grade C maple syrup. It tastes completely different. I'm definitely not talking about Aunt Jemima crap, because that is high fructose corn syrup. I'm talking about where they list as grade A maple syrup. It should be very liquidy, very pourable. It should not be that thick crap of whatever that is. Okay, it has a completely different taste. I think Angela, you can vouch for that.
I can vouch for that. So grade C is organic. So different. Once you start with the grade C, you won't go back to the grade A.
It's true. Because they literally take it straight out the tree and put it in a jar. So it still has through a filter. Yeah.
Is that organic?
Yes, it is. The way this particular farm does it is organic. Y'all know I only rock with organic. Y'all know that. Okay. If it's not organic, it ain't right.
Where do you find grade C?
The only place that has it consistently, I can tell you, is the organic marketplace in Gastonia. They have like a relationship with them. They have it in bulk, and they have like the little 8-ounce jars, and they have like the 27-ounce jars, and it's delicious. It's delicious. Yes.
The actual name of the store is
Yeah.
Organic Market.
Organic Marketplace is on New Hope Road in Gastonia, Alpha Exit 20. Yep. All right. So this recipe is also a really good recipe because if you eat like a lot of avocado toast like me and my husband like to eat, as a person who thought he didn't like avocados, then we started making avocado toast that just changed everything, right? Right, Damon? I'm just saying, we enjoy it now. It's my website, and I have a video. The way we like it. I can't remember everything. I know it's like garlic powder, sun-dried tomatoes, nutritional yeast, a little bit of salt and pepper, lime juice, and cilantro, and smoked paprika. That combination is great.
I tried for the first time mixing some salsa.
Okay.
My friend had made.
Okay.
And it was delicious.
It is. That sounds delicious. It's hard to go wrong with that. Okay, hold on before I put my gloves on and wash my hands. Okay, so we're going to pass this out. See, I can already feel the energy coming back in the room just because y'all know it's coming. It's okay. I understand. I'm going to use my new sink here. Thank you so much. It's a game changer. A game changer. Okay. All right. So this is super simple. You can make this in advance and let it sit overnight and as a meal prep, or you can make it first thing in the morning. So this is like if you want to do it as a breakfast, but again, you can do it as a breakfast, as a snack, or as a dessert because it's sweet, but naturally sweetened. Okay. And again, so and don't feel bad because right now, if you eat this and it's not sweet to you, it's because you just have to get there. You're just used to eating processed, refined sugar, and it's just extremely sweet where you don't taste any actual real flavor. And just don't be critical of yourself. You're just not there yet. Just keep at it. And then you'll be like, I can't believe I was eating that mess beforehand. I also like this recipe. Where did my thing go? Oh, here it is. I also like this recipe because if you have avocados that are visually past their prime, you put in this recipe, it doesn't matter. Okay? Because all that happens when it gets brown, it's not because they're bad, it's just because they've started to oxidize. Okay? But they're still completely edible. Still completely edible. And this one just got busted right before I came in here. Okay. All right. You throw these away? So many things you can do with these.
Does that concept of brown dried, I bought some apricots,
Mm-hmm.
and when I opened the package, they were
Fresh or
brown.
dried?
They were dried, but they were brown. It said organic on it, and I don't know whether to throw them out. I'm going to take know whether that's, you know, good or not.
With the apricots, sometimes they are, you have to see if they're sulfate free. Because if it is, then it's supposed to be brown. If it's not, if they're still bright orange, it's they do that to maintain the color. Okay, now y'all getting extra chatty. Y'all come back to me. Come back to me, y'all. Don't leave me. Okay, so I don't know if you just noticed how I chopped up the avocado. I learned this from an avocado farmer. Once you cut it in half, you cut it into quarters, and then all you gotta do is peel the skin, and it peels right out. Okay, so that's the way to do it. That's what he said to do it. He said do it like that. So I said, well, you do this for a living. I should listen to you. All right. Now, I've doubled this recipe just because there's just so many of y'all. So, excuse me. That is, I put a third of a cup of maple syrup because these grapes were not sweet. Okay, they were not. The ones that were sweet, I did for the class already. They only had those 2 bags of organic grapes. You know, I couldn't do the non-organic ones. So these just weren't ready yet.
It doesn't matter whether the grapes are green or red or.
It does not matter what color your grapes are. What matters is that they're organic. A lot of the grapes you'll see out there are genetically modified. And you'll see these exotic like cotton candy and gumdrop and. Okay, and then that takes us back to a previous lesson we had. When you see that PLU number in the grocery store, like that 4092, okay? 4, if it starts with a 4, that means conventionally grown, meaning with pesticides. Okay? When you see it start with a 5-digit and it starts 94082, that means it's organically grown when it starts with a 9 or here around the Charlotte area. If you see it start with a 3 or an 8, that means it's genetically modified. And if you look at the grapes, most of them start with a 3. All those sugary things, they concentrate the sugars in them artificially. And, yeah. Okay. 3 or 8. Now, they have some loopholes in conventionally grown produce where conventionally grown produce can be genetically modified. That's why it's always best to buy organic whenever possible. Okay? The question was asked, if we make this ahead of time, how long will it last? It lasts 3 to 4 days in the fridge. Now, just know because you're putting in avocado, the color will change a little bit because avocados are still oxidizing, okay? Now, I'm putting in organic wild blueberries. I put in a 1/3 cup of maple syrup because these grapes were not sweet, okay? And again, I've doubled this recipe for you all. These are not, I've only found seedless grapes here occasionally at the farmer's market, and the guy who sells them was not there. So these are organic seedless grapes, unfortunately. Okay. All right. So y'all can see how simple this is. And so I'm putting this in a full Vitamix right now, but you can put this in a Ninja or a NutriBullet or something, okay? Huh? Yeah, definitely okay. It'll make it thicker. All right, I blended it for 35 seconds. So I don't know where the camera is, if y'all can see it or not. Okay. That's your pudding. Okay. So I know y'all ready to try it now, right?
You just leave that in the refrigerator, or can you freeze it?
I've never tried freezing, so I'm not going to vouch for it, but I believe you can, as long as you leave enough headroom, because the frozen fruit will expand. Yep, and a spoon. So here comes the cherry one, the cherry berry pudding. And then if y'all want to try the blueberry one, you're more than welcome to. Huh? Okay.
I love that.
Yep. So very low effort, very high reward, very nutritious. It tastes way more indulgent than what it clearly is. Okay. No, I only add this little bit of maple because these particular grapes weren't sweet. They weren't.
If it doesn't matter to me, see, I don't like sweet.
Then don't do it. Yeah, and I don't. This is the first time doing it. Normally the grapes are sweet, but the organic bags they had left, one was sweet, which is the one I did that way, and one was not sweet, like at all. There's no maple syrup in this. No. This is just the grapes, 2 avocado. Well, cause I doubled the batch. 2 avocados and 2 bags of organic cherries. Okay. Yep.
Can you talk a little bit about, avocados being maybe not soft enough? I mean, sometimes I can buy them.
Okay. So there's a question up here about how to purchase an avocado. An avocado should just give slightly, like when you touched your chin, how it just gives just slightly. If it's still hard as a rock, it's still not ripe yet. When it just gives a little bit, like right here on your chin, that's perfect. If you don't want it to ripen too fast, you can keep them in the refrigerator. Okay. All right. Okay. Any other questions before we get to our dish of the day? Yes, I mean I doubled the recipe, so I used 2 avocados. I used 2 things of grapes.
They need to give this in the nursery.
They should.
Set up that nap, whatever that's the stuff that they give.
Okay, you want to give this with this? Okay, we can. Okay, so for those of you all didn't get the cherry, some blueberry coming around here. You can take the rest of all these plates. I've never done it with cherry before. It's my first time, and I was like, I really like it with cherries. Yeah. Okay. Frozen. Now you can use fresh fruit, but if you want to make it in the morning and then eat it, you kind of want it to be a little bit cool. It's more refreshing that way. But you can. I've definitely done it with fresh berries for sure. You do like? I didn't know you didn't like cherry, Sharon.
I mean, I like cherries, but like I don't like cherry.
Okay.
I'll eat fresh cherries. That's the only cherry.
I get you. Okay.
So cherry would not be my favorite.
It would. And now y'all are back alive, back with energy, smiles. Okay. That's what I like to hear. The blueberry? Okay. Oh, the cherry. Yeah, because that's the grapes. The grapes are the only sweetener. Yeah. Well, then you just get the tart grapes. These are the sweet grapes. Yep.
I would use tart grapes too. Yes.
Yep.
It's perfect.
Perfect for you.
It is good. I would throw some nuts.
Nuts.
I would throw some nuts on top of it. I like nuts. Like you like nuts.
Chopped almonds? Okay. Cherry almond is always a good combination. Cashews are very buttery with it. It would be good too. Yeah, I can see. Okay, good suggestions.
I will start making this.
You will. It's very easy. It's super healthy. Yeah. Okay. You can do that too. Y'all can make this your own, but the base recipe is extremely healthy because most people are not. This is how you get your avocado in a day. Some people may not want to do avocado toast, right? So this is how you can do that. And this is how you get your berries in per day, because some people may not, you probably put 3-4 berries on something, that ain't nothing. Okay, you need something substantial. So this is how you can get those healthy things in a larger quantity in a way that you can consume it. So that's
This
the,
would be your fruits for the day.
not for the day before your breakfast. I mean, you need to have like 9 servings of fruit a day. Most people don't do that, 6 to 9 servings of fruit.
Yeah, you did say that.
Yes. Well, not the NIJA Goddess, but like the American Heart Association and all those other vetted places have concurred. Yes. Okay. Oh, yes. Mm-hmm. Yes. Okay.
But I ate it all.
Of course you did. They do. They're great. I use that for my chicken wraps. Huh? You okay? Okay. I'm good. I'm good. I don't have any napkins up here. I have to borrow some.
It's sweet. It's very sweet, but I like sweet.
You like sweet? Okay.
Oh, you think so?
You don't think so?
This is better than buying those Jell-O pudding cups or whatever pudding snacks that has all that crap in there. It's all chemicals. This is a wholesome version. Okay. Okay.
You just getting me prepared for my grandchildren whenever they come to us. Yeah, because I will be better in terms of, cooking.
Now for kid-friendly versions, they might want it sweeter because they're probably used to eating.
You give it to them from the start.
If you give it to them from the start, yes, but if they're used to eating those pudding cups and they're used to sweeter. So, you speaking my language. I mean, they wouldn't have a choice, but I'm just speaking in generalities because it's a transition for most. All right, y'all want to come back to me? You like that one better? Tart. And like I said, those were sweet cherries, and blueberries already have a little tartness to them. So. This is on the website, guys. So. All right, y'all want to come back to me now? Come back to me. So that recipe is on the website, but it's an oldie but goodie, so you got to scroll down a little bit, okay? We have done this one probably like 2 years. It's called berry pudding. It's just the 3 ingredients, okay? Very simple, okay? All right, so now our main dish of the day. So today is St. Patrick's Day. Not that I celebrate or anything like that, but because this is the art and science of world cuisine, we're going to Ireland today, okay? And we're going to do an Irish dish. So last year we did shepherd's pie, which was delicious. And I was going to do it again, but I said, no, let's do something different. So we're doing a dish today called Colcannon. Colcannon. Okay, everyone's still not with me. Come back to me. Come on back to me, y'all. So what? Yeah, that's what happened. I had to, yeah, they were fading, now they're amped. Now that you've had your natural sugar rush. Okay, let's come back, y'all. Let's come back. So for today's feature today, we're going to Ireland. We're having a dish called Colcannon. And this is typically served on St. Patrick's Day, but more so on their Halloween. And how they use this dish traditionally, like back in the 1700s, they would make this dish, which I'll explain what it is, and they would put in a ring in the dish, and whatever lucky maiden found the ring in her dish, she was expected to get married very soon, okay? So that was kind of the thing, and it evolved. But they typically eat this dish specifically on Halloween there, and they put all sorts of things in this. So this is their version of mashed potatoes. So typically, Colcannon is a Gaelic or Irish word for white-headed cabbage. So it's cabbage and potatoes. So Colcannon, and this is on my website. It's the first one, Colcannon, Colcannon, one word. Colcannon, Colcannon. Okay. And Colcannon in Gaelic means white-headed cabbage. So I'm sure y'all have heard of the potato famine in Ireland. So potatoes, cabbage, and leeks grew abundantly. So they had a lot of dishes with potatoes, cabbage, and leeks. So Colcannon has potatoes, cabbage, and leeks. So sometimes you'll see versions of Colcannon done with kale instead of cabbage. So you can do that too. So today we're going to do it as close to the original version as possible. And it's normally served alongside different meats, either a corned beef or some type of pork sausage. It's normally served along with it. And some versions have bacon bits in the Colcannon. So we have that version today. And I'm going to go ahead and just be all the way honest with y'all, okay? Like I told you about vegan cheeses, some of them are amazing and some of them are trash, okay? So there were some vegan bacon options that they usually sell at Walmart that were really good, and for like the past few months, we haven't seen them. So for the first time ever, I got these two. We have a tempeh version, and we have a seitan version, and I had never tried them before, and I'm going to say they're okay. Okay, you're not going to eat this and be like, oh my God, this is bacon. You're not going to have that experience, okay? So but you can get, any grocery store you go to, they're going to have this brand, this Light Life brand, and it's okay. That's the, and if I brought the ones that I wanted to use, it's a specialty thing. You have to order it and all that stuff, and I just try to make sure it's something that's accessible in the grocery store. So that's the whole point there, okay? So, okay, y'all came back to me. Now I can hear myself now. Okay. All right, so some other things that are specialty ingredients here, and they're not specialty, but you may not think about them like that. We have some heavy cream that's non-dairy. I brought two different brands, so you all, don't act like it's not there. It's there, it's right beside the dairy stuff, okay? I have some dairy-free milk, and then I brought dairy-free butter. It's huge because I buy stuff from Restaurant Depot because I cater, okay? But they have it in the regular grocery stores. And then if you wanted to spice yours up, you could add some cheese on top or something, and here's some dairy-free cheese. And then today, because they don't typically use black pepper, they use white pepper. White pepper tastes different than black pepper, so I have white pepper here that will add to it because they don't have the black flakes in it. So it's a mashed potato dish, so it's like you get all your veggies and starch in one go. You can eat it as a main, but it's intended as a side because, like I said, they normally serve it with pork sausage, links, or eat it alongside bacon. Okay? So who's following along with me on the NaijaGuys.com to make sure that I don't start making up stuff? Who's doing that? That's a very important job. Because I will go rogue and create something totally different. Okay, now I got some people to hold me accountable. So now we're cooking with grease, as they say. All right. So because today's St. Patrick's Day and all that, we're on the indulgent side because we said our indulgences should be what % of our consumption?
Of what we're asking?
We should have staples a minimum of how much of the time? Lord have mercy. I should put that on the pop quiz too. Staples meaning the good things, the plant-forward diet. You should be eating at least 80% or more of the time.
Okay.
And our indulgences should be 20% or less of the time. Come on, y'all.
I just told her that in the car. No kidding.
Okay, yes. So this is going to fall on the indulgent side because we're not going to be cheap with the butter, okay? And if we eat this as a main dish, it's very starch heavy. It's not non-starchy veg, okay? It's not half your plate non-starchy veg. So a lot of the people eat this as a main dish. It's indulgent, okay? I said all that to say it's indulgent, okay? So we will do indulgent dishes from time to time because today's a holiday, so here's a healthy twist on how to do something that's indulgent, okay? All right, so I'm gonna start off with some butter. Turn that down. And what does it tell me to do first?
Add the butter and milk, and heat those up very low.
Mm-hmm. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to add the milk and the heavy cream, and I know the heavy cream is not in the recipe. I took it out and switched. I doubled the milk. It will be 1/3 milk, 1/3 heavy cream, or just 2/3 milk if you, for some reason, have a hard time finding non-dairy heavy cream. Okay. If you have a hard time finding non-dairy, well, if you can find, because you can, but if you can find the dairy-free heavy cream, it'll be 1/3 cup of heavy cream, 1/3 cup of dairy-free milk. Otherwise, 2/3 cup of dairy-free milk. So what we're going to do, we're going to heat this up, and then I'm going to add in our leeks. Does everyone know what a leek is?
No, I was gonna ask you.
Oh.
I passed that in the Asian book market. I keep seeing it, but I didn't get it because I'm like, I don't know what this is.
Huh?
It's a type of onion. It's more fibrous.
It is. So I brought some leeks for you all to see in case someone wasn't familiar with them. Of course, these are organic. This is a leek. Okay? This is in the onion family, the allium family. So it has a very mild, it has a milder taste than an onion, but more pungent than a shallot. It's like in between. This part is usually not eaten. You compost this, and you eat from here to the beginning of the green part. Now, as you can see, what do you see on the bottom of this? Okay, lots of dirt, right? Leeks are notoriously dirty unless you choose to grow them on your beautiful tower garden here that you can get and have at your home yourself. You don't have to worry about that. But if you buy them in the grocery store, they're going to come out the ground. They're going to have lots of dirt in them. Yes? Huh? Oh, you can absolutely have it. This is something you can regrow, just like green onions. Put it in water, you'll have leeks forever. Okay? So if you want, I'm just going to show you. I've already chopped them up. I'm going to show you. If you get a leek, you just chop off the bottom part. You chop off the extra fibrous part, and you have this. Now you can soak it like this, or you can split it down the middle, put it in some water, the dirt will fall out because it gets into the rings. Okay, so you want to make sure it's clean well, because otherwise you'll be tasting some grit and some sand. Okay, a little gritty. All right, and you can totally plant this. Put this in where the roots have already grown. You can absolutely do this as soup, and you can also put this in vegetable stock as your onion, in lieu of the onion, for sure. Okay, so while this is still kind of melting and heating up a little bit, we're going to infuse this butter-milk mixture with that onion flavor. So I've already cleaned the leeks. I didn't think y'all needed to watch me clean dirt out of the leeks, so I've already done that part. And I've already chopped up the green onion. You all are familiar with spring onion / scallion / green spring or scallion. I think those are the three names. I think there's a fourth name for it. So that's going to infuse into that little mixture right there. Now the other thing calls for Napa or Savoy cabbage. Who's familiar with that? You familiar with that? So I brought one for you all to see. This is a Napa cabbage. Could you use regular green cabbage or purple cabbage? Absolutely, but you see that all the time. So let's do something different. Okay? Okay, so this is Napa cabbage. This is part of the Chinese cabbage family. Okay? But you can find this in any grocery store. So all these foodies in here that claim to eat such a variety of foods, if you're not familiar with this, give it a try. It still tastes like cabbage, but slightly milder. It's not as cabbagey as our regular green cabbage. Okay? So it has a slightly different texture. It's a little bit crispy. These are really great in stir fries when you slice them really thinly. It has a nice crunch to it that's light. So I just want to make sure y'all knew what that looked like. I have already chopped up our head of cabbage. Now I'll tell you this. Now this is not an Irish ingredient. Okay. All right, so let's kind of see. Oh, here's my spoon. Nope, here's my spoon. All right. So I think we're melted. So now we have this onion, buttery, creamy mixture that once I've already cooked the potatoes. So with this dish, you want to cook the potatoes. Now on the ingredients list, you'll see 2 types of potatoes. You'll see the regular russet potatoes, and you'll also see Yukon Gold potatoes. I'm partial to just making mashed potatoes out of Yukon Gold because they're already buttery, like the texture and everything. But for this dish, because I'm trying to not go too rogue from how they do it, because they use their own kind of Irish potatoes, a type of red potato, red skin potato, but it has a texture more like a russet. You can't find those in most grocery stores, so I didn't want to put the true version that they have, something you can actually buy. So by combining the Yukon Gold with the russet, you kind of get that happy medium of what that potato would be like. So it's half russet, half Yukon Gold. So half starchy potato, half waxy potato. All right. So I think that is warm. I'm going to pour it in this bowl here. And what's the next thing to do? Keep y'all engaged with me.
Meatless bacon.
The meatless bacon. So I already, because I had never tasted this one before, I already cooked it and chopped it up. We'll add it in. What else? What's next?
Add the cabbage.
The cabbage needs to be sauteed, correct?
Add in cabbage, season with salt, cook over medium heat for 6 to 7 minutes.
Yep. This is not steamed cabbage. It's just, it should have texture. Now you will also notice with the potatoes, I leave the skins on. I leave the skins on most of my vegetables because there's so many nutrients in the skin. So if you buy them organic and you wash them properly, it's no problem. And then if you don't want to chop them, you can use that little chopper thing like I did, and they're done. Okay. I use my Instant Pot. I just steam the potatoes versus cooking them on the stove because it's just easier because I'm making double the amount for you guys. So that was already done. So now our next thing is going to add more butter and saute this cabbage. That's already chopped up. Just let that get around there. So now if y'all go to any St. Patrick's Day parties tonight, you might see this dish and you have some knowledge. What did Colcannon mean again? White-headed cabbage. Okay. An indulgence. Yes, truly an indulgence. Truly an indulgence. Now you can make your Colcannon as chunky as you like. This cabbage will wilt down significantly, especially once I add the salt. Now, if you pre-chop your potatoes, what should you do with them? If you're not going to cook them straight away, what should you do with your pre-chopped potatoes? Keep them in cold water. Cold water. And why is that? It prevents what? Yes. And so speaking of antioxidants or oxidation, because we talk about this like every single week the past few weeks, what is all that? What is an antioxidant? Not everybody at the same time. Like, not y'all. That was a rush that came through. Oh my goodness.
It's like rust, but not with food. I know oxidation with metal is rust, which is not good for you.
Correct.
It kills radicals. Free radicals.
So antioxidants are fighting free radicals, and free radicals is what cause the oxidative stress in your bodies, which cause you to age prematurely, which cause you to feel old and feel all the things they try to normalize as getting older, or even when you're young now. It's happening with people really young. That's that oxidative stress coming in because people are not consuming enough antioxidants to fight that. So to have antioxidants, I got the sea moss in there. I don't know if it's going to fit. You can put it in that refrigerator. Yeah, I do have sea moss today, y'all, and magnesium spray and herbal face oils. because y'all been asking me to bring it, so I brought it finally. But anyway, so the example I gave that you all said you understood but no one brought up, when you cut into an apple and it turns brown, that's the oxidation that happens. But if you use the antioxidant vitamin C, like in lemon juice, it prevents or slows down that oxidation from happening. So that's what's literally happening on a cellular level. And those free radicals cause damage to your tissues, to your actual DNA structure. It causes so much damage to your bodies, and you're not eating enough antioxidant-rich foods to combat that. So you have to make sure you're cognizant of that. So you don't want to turn brown like the apple when you could slow that down significantly with some antioxidants, or vitamin C is one of those examples. We also said vitamin E is an antioxidant, correct? Since y'all are not remembering. Ooh, this midterm's gonna be rough, y'all. Midterm's gonna be really rough. Okay. So with the cabbage, we're sauteing it. We still want it to have crunch. We're not trying to cook this thing to death, okay? So I'm gonna let that keep going on. Damon, I need your help, please. Actually, I forgot I have a sink. I need to pour this out into the sink. I was gonna actually take it to the back, but we got a sink. Yeah. Look, you upgraded and forgot we upgraded, y'all. So used to asking him to. All right. So y'all can see, hopefully y'all can kind of see that. That was a mix of Yukon Gold and russet. Excuse me?
Did the strainer come with your Instant Pot?
Yes.
Oh. I guess I can.
Someone,
I don't have one.
oh, I have 2 Instant Pots actually. That's the smaller one.
Yeah, but not the strainer.
Yeah.
Everything I use to make.
And you can always buy, they have Instant Pot accessories. You can do all kinds of stuff with it. All sorts of things.
Can you fry in that?
You can saute in that. Saute, not like a deep fry.
Yeah.
It has a saute function. It gets hot really quickly, and yeah, you can do a lot. You can bake in it. You can do a lot of things. It's like a 5-in-1 cooking thing. Okay, so our mashed potatoes are going to be chunky on purpose because we're keeping all the fiber, all the nutrients. So I'm just blending this around. Now, when you are eating potatoes, since we're doing this indulgently, it needs butter and needs salt. Okay, otherwise, who wants to eat it? Okay, I don't know who wants to eat that. So what we're gonna do, we're gonna add in this heavy cream with the leeks and the butter and all that. And we're gonna add in this sauteed cabbage. We're just doing what the Irish do, y'all. That's all we're doing. This is what they do. It's not, you know. Okay. I'll add more of that if I feel we need that. Then y'all get to eat this fresh. Can't have mashed potatoes sitting around in a plastic cup all day, so you got to eat this fresh. And that's why I don't have meal kits for it, because for the breakfast thing, you need the frozen fruit. And for this, pre-chopped potatoes or pre-done, it just wasn't going to work. So I'll do the meal kits for pantry staple dishes until I can figure out how to do it for freezer ones or fresh ones like this.
Okay, and when you were saying staples are 80%, you weren't talking about pantry staples. You were talking about veggie staples. I'm new. Give me grace.
No, I'm glad you asked that question.
Veggie staples and just the staples, the main things that
We're saying in terms of what goes down your throat, 80%, at least what you eat 80% of the time should be goodness. 20% of the time or less can be the things that are maybe not so good. So maybe if you're saying I still need to go to Bojangles, or maybe if you're saying I still need to have Krispy Kreme, or maybe if you're saying I need to have ice cream, that you do that.
You're talking about avocado when you said maybe.
No, avocado should be a staple.
Is a staple.
It's 100% a staple.
Okay.
Definitely a staple. We need that kind of saturated fat so that you can produce your hormones properly.
Your pudding is the 20%?
No, the pudding is a staple. That is nothing indulgent about it. It tastes indulgent. It's extremely healthy. This is the indulgence.
Okay.
Because we're eating
Because of
this.
butter.
Well, we're eating potatoes as the main.
And that's not
Okay, so we said half our plate should be what?
non-starch.
This is all starch. One. We're adding lots of butter on top of that. Yes, and bacon bits, and there's no actual true enough protein for it to be considered a protein in this, so it's not a balanced meal. So this is all the reasons why we're considering it an indulgence today. When you're eating staples, you should be eating your macros and your micronutrients in the proper balance. Okay. They do, and I really don't like that so much because it's as if the staple foods can't be comforting, which they absolutely can be and should be, actually, so that you want to eat them as a staple and not as an indulgence. Okay. All right, so this is good enough. All right, so I'm going to put this in as well, and then we'll season. And I'll put in a little bit of the bacon bits. Like I said, they're just okay. The one, I guess because I know what the good plant versions taste like. I don't love it. It's just okay. And I don't like to do okay for y'all. I like to do great for y'all. Okay. Y'all worth it. Y'all come out here to hear me blabber on for 2 hours every week. So I got to put my best foot forward. Okay. Bowls over here. Let me see. I get you. Thank you. All right. So far it's not so difficult, right? It's your mashed potatoes with some type of onion. So like it also could be with kale, with cabbage, butter, salt. So I'm going to start with the white pepper first. White pepper has a very specific taste. And after class, if you want to come up and try it on its own, if you never had it before, you're more than welcome to. To me, it has absolutely no spice to it. It's definitely less spicy than a black peppercorn. But for people who are very sensitive to spice, you might, I'm sure somebody's going to say it's spicy. Somebody's just going to automatically say that. So. Okay. Hey, Devon, when you get a second, can you get one of those tasting spoons? We're going to add just a little bit more butter. When you present this at the table, you're supposed to create a well and put a knob of butter in the well so it can melt and kind of ooze going down it like that. That's how it's presented when it's done traditionally. The little tasting spoons. I need like 2 of them to adjust for seasoning. Oh, no. Just gonna taste it for seasoning. That tastes really good. Just need a little bit more salt. Just need a little bit more salt. Like a chef's pinch of salt. All right. Hey, how y'all doing? How you doing, Denise? Okay. Yeah. That's it. Okay, who's ready for some Colcannon? All right, this is, you want to, it's a little warm. Okay. Okay. All right, that's it. If you want a little sprinkle of dairy-free cheddar on top or some more pepper, we can definitely accommodate that. Huh? Yeah. Yeah. Oh, Lord. Not dead cow. They have some meatless corned beef. They actually taste decent. Yeah, yeah, it tastes decent. It's with seitan, actually.
It is.
That's the part
And where do you find all this?
Good.
Where do you find something like that? Not that I want
Like what?
the meatless corned beef. Because I went to Whole Foods.
They have it at Publix. They have it at Walmart. They have it at Harris Teeter's been hit or miss with it. They have it at Whole Foods. They have it at Earth Fare and not Fresh Market, Sprouts as well. Mm-hmm. Yep. Yep. So last night I went to, like, I knew y'all gonna ask me. I went to Whole Foods, Food Lion, and Harris Teeter last night. I always go to at least 3 grocery stores because they always ask me different things. Make sure I'm in the know. So here's your Irish experience for St. Patrick's Day. Okay? It's nice. Y'all could add some of the vegan bacon. So like this is a tempeh one. This is a seitan one. Like I said, they're not great, but it's not bad. It's just, it's good. It's okay.
What can you do to make it great? Can you just like saute it maybe and put some
Not this brand. I think it is. I'm not saying not to. It's okay. It's just not.
That's not the brand.
No, it doesn't.
Where can we get the best brand? You got to order a bunch of.
I have to send you the link because it's different links. And some of the grocery stores, it's like you have to talk to your produce manager and they'll order it and bring it back in the store. So when I went looking for it, because we hadn't bought it in months. Then I was like, well, crap. If I had noticed that earlier, I would have talked to him about it. Yeah. No, I didn't. I cooked it, yes. So it comes, I'll open this box because, one of y'all can take this home if y'all want. So this particular bacon, the seitan bacon, or fakin, comes like this. So it kind of looks like turkey bacon in a package. And you put it in the skillet, it's kind of the same way. Oh, of course you had to be extra. And then the tempeh is just in tempeh strips. Now tempeh, we haven't done a dish this year with tempeh. It's super, super healthy. It's fermented. This is fermented soybeans. So this is like tofu that's been fermented. So it's really good as a probiotic for the gut. It's really, really good for that. So this is something you want to eat. You want to eat fermented foods. This is something you should be incorporating. This is going to have that bitter element as well. So you have to understand how to cook it so it's not as bitter, so you'll want to enjoy it unless you have appreciated or acquired the taste for bitter. Hey. Okay. So anybody wants to take either one of these home and try, you're more than welcome to. Or these as well, you're more than welcome to. Whoever, first come, first serve, I don't care. Y'all are more than welcome to it. Yeah, let's see. How are we doing on time? Okay, I'm good on time today. Okay, so y'all already had your sweet. Oh, yep. I'm here every Sunday through June 30th.
Wow.
Yes. I'm here every Sunday through June 30th because if I miss a class, I cannot make up the class beyond June 30th. So if that means there's a less attendance, and that's what it means. But I will be here if something happens where I, like maybe physically I could not attend, I will send out a text message for everyone's phone number I have, and I will definitely post it on Instagram and Facebook, and I will send out an email Okay, and I will let you all know as soon as I know that I can't make it. But I plan to be here. Even when I got attacked by this cat, I came. Okay. Oh, y'all didn't see my screwed up leg? Yeah, when I got attacked, I still was here in pain.
That was where?
My leg is all screwed up. I got attacked by.
That was not your cat.
My niece abandoned the cat at our home, and
Oh my gosh, I saw it. Your leg.
my leg, yeah, my other leg is cute, and this one is in recovery.
Wow.
But I'm not gonna stop wearing dress or have my leg out. I mean, it's just what it is.
What are you putting on your leg to get rid of the scars?
So initially, but until the scars closed, I was putting oregano oil on it because it's antibacterial, antifungal, antimicrobial, all those things. Once it closed, every night I wrap my leg up in, with a castor oil pack, and it's been getting lighter, and all the puffiness has been going away. So it's working. I mean, I see a huge difference, even though it still looks terrible. But I see a huge difference. I'm just gonna keep doing it every night until it is what it is. These scars don't define me, so it just happened to me. So I'm not going to stop wearing my short dresses because I got attacked. So.
What capsule oil pack and what's in the oil?
So no, I put straight castor oil like on my leg, yeah, and on it's like an ace bandage thing. I wrap it in.
All right. I thought you said something else.
Nope. Nope.
That's
Yep. So is this a dish that y'all would make?
yes.
Okay. So,
I was told to make it.
Okay.
I saw it on the website. I was like, okay. I was gonna ask you about those leeks when I got here. I was a little more. I'm here.
Okay.
okay. All right. Well, we have a little bit of time left before I close out class. Are there any other questions or comments?
Thank you.
This is the time I'm supposed to sell. I have a sea moss available. Not that many jars, but I have some available. I have gold and a couple of purples. I have the herbal face oils. People always ask me about my skin. They ask, what do you do? I don't do anything but other than wash my face, and I put this oil on it. And I'm not just saying that because I'm selling it. I've been doing this before the NAIJA goddess existed. I've been doing that. And people always talk about my skin. You say something, Margaret? You do? Thank you. The herbal face oils are 15. The magnesium sprays are 10. And the sea mosses are, the smaller ones are 20. The bigger ones are 35.
And the sea moss is all the same.
What do you mean by all the same?
I mean, I thought you said there were two different.
I have one sea moss that's gold sea moss and another one that's purple sea moss.
You gotta explain.
Okay, so it's the same species of sea moss, but it's in different levels of the water. So the gold sea moss is closer to the top of the water, so the levels of nutrients are different than the ones closer to the bottom of the seafloor. So that's what the purple one has. So the purple one has more B vitamins in it, more folate in it. It still has everything, just in different proportions. It's stronger on that side, whereas the gold one has more like vitamin D in it. And so it just because it's closer to the sun. So it this still all has 102 minerals because I mix it with bladderwrack. And so the bladderwrack and the Condis crispus together have all 102 minerals. And then some other herbs and flavoring agents. So yeah, pineapple ginger and blueberry ginger. Okay, yeah. Oh, I had a question. What? Huh? And yeah, we talk about the Tower Garden every week. And Ramona and Denise brought theirs to show you all what it looks like. The taste is not even comparable, y'all, to grocery store. And I'm really just like, it's not even comparable. And it grows like you do not have to have a green thumb. It is affordable. So if you want this, it's like $100 a month, and then it's yours. It's very affordable. And this is an indoor one. You can have an outdoor one where you can grow fruit. You can grow your own strawberries and your own zucchini, your own beans. You know, it's very easy. You just add water to it once a week.
But the cleaning, that's what I was thinking.
You clean it one to 2 times a year. And
the outdoor one looks different than that?
the outdoor one does not have the lights, and the basin is I think it's 20 gallons. This is a 13-gallon base, and the outdoor one I believe is 20 gallons. I could be off on that. But yeah, it's you know, buying organic now, especially when you want to buy like cilantro and parsley, it tastes way better. It grows constantly, and some people who have them, they're like, I can't eat all this. I'm like, you're not eating the vegetables because it's only one garden, right? But you will have plenty for you and your family, and you don't have to, just the cost of the seeds. So it's something to think about. I'm not trying to push it on you, but it's something to invest in for your health, for yourself and your family.
So you said it's $100 a month. You just keep paying forever, $100?
No, it depends on if you put any money down or not, but it's for a year, and then and that's it. Yeah, and the outdoor ones are cheaper. I think that's like $70 or $80 a month.
Where do you get that
From Tower Garden. You can come talk to me or Denise afterwards, but they're very affordable, and it only takes up 2 square feet of face.
You made this? You designed it or something?
Did I design it? No. This is a company that, no.
Okay.
I cannot have that kind of credit at all.
I think I saw this at Eastway Rec.
Yes, you did.
Okay.
Yes, you did.
Okay.
Yes. Yes, I sell them. That's what I'm talking about, Demond.
Thank you, brother. You always do this. Thank you.
I didn't know that wasn't clear. Okay, I'm sorry. Hey. Oh, okay. Thank you so much, Charles.
Question.
Okay, yes.
Does the magnesium spray help with your pressure or anything like that? No, right?
It helps with blood pressure. It helps with stabilizing your circadian rhythms. It helps you have more restful sleep. If you have restless leg syndrome, it helps with that. It's something that I personally spray on it at night because I have a more deep. I don't spray it on my face. You can spray this anywhere. I personally spray from here to here, personally. But you can spray it anywhere. I just don't want to spray on my face. I just don't. I will say for people who have very low magnesium, if you spray it, it can sting. And that means your magnesium is very low. If you keep spraying it and you bring your magnesium stores up, that will stop. If you spray it on, you don't have any reaction, your magnesium levels are good. So that's just something to be aware of. And most people don't have enough magnesium. There's not enough magnesium in the soils we eat. I mean, in the soils that produce our fruits and vegetables. So it's something that most people need to supplement with. So that's why. And it goes straight into your bloodstream. You don't have to digest it. So.
Now I have one more question. So, like, I tried to use black soap and it stings me. Is there something, a reason why?
That's totally different from magnesium. It's totally different. Yep. Any other questions or comments? Yeah, this is the refrigerator. And my refrigerator behind my new kitchen, okay? So it's kept cold for you all, yes. So I'll show what these look like in our lovely refrigerator here. So we have the gold in 2 sizes, and then the purple, and I have a couple more in the refrigerator. They're still the same thing, just certain nutrients are in different proportions, so you can't go wrong with either one.
Which one does Wilhelmina need?
The purple one. I would say
Okay,
purple one
this
for her.
purple one?
Yeah.
Okay, I'm gonna do this. And
Oh, they're coming to do that now. Okay. Hey, Demond, can you come and help bring them up so I can close out class officially, huh? Ring up the CMOS record. Yeah, but I gotta finish it. I'm on camera right now.
back
You have
up
more
on
CMOS
back
I
up
do.
on one.
No, I only have those 2 purples.
Oh, I want the big purple. You don't have any more of the big purples?
Mm-mm. No, this is all I have today. 20 and 35. 10, 15 for the oils, and then that's it. Okay. Okay, that's no problem.
15 and this is
20. Yep. Okay, guys. Well, I am so grateful for your attendance today. Thank you all so much. If you have any questions, just let me know. And I'll see you all next week. We'll be here at 3 o'clock. Okay. So I don't make a whole lot of purple because they always see gold everywhere else, not for any other reason than that.